think just the sets that coach was calling, I think our teammates and I, we executed it well, got the shots that we wanted throughout our offense. I think that's what led to it.
For both of you guys, how important were the turnovers? I think they got 20, you guys scored 25 points off turnovers. Seems like that gave you guys a lot of extra opportunities.
I feel like a lot of our offense comes from our defense. So whenever we're playing good defense and whenever our focus is on the defensive end and we turn them over, we get to our offense better and we get to that run and gun type of basketball and we are able to play faster.
You also got good shots. You got to the line a lot today, 26 times, which means your offense is probably getting the shots you wanted.
Yeah, we definitely did. Just stayed aggressive and got the fouls that we got.
I guess for either of you, Kansas won earlier today. You'll play Kansas tomorrow. Do you guys know a whole lot about them? Has not been able to take much of a look at them yet. What do you feel about that?
Well, I've been here for 4 years, and in my first 2 years, we split Kansas. We went there, they beat us, they came to us, and we beat them. So this is kind of a tiebreaker for a lot of our guys. We know they're, coming back in as the reigning national champions. We know they have great players on the team. They have experience. So it's going to be a great matchup, and it'll be very exciting to play the number, are they 2 or 3 right now? 3 team in the country.
Olivier, just what have you seen from Julian? What did you see from him today, last night, kind of the strides he's made in his game to be as productive as he has been?
He's staying aggressive. He's seeing his opportunities every day better and better. Every game he's gaining more experience. He's doing a great job of getting downhill, getting to the line. His jump shot is finally starting to open up as he's seeing, the core better game slowing down for him.
All right, guys, I'll let you get going. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank y'all.
Well, really a hard-fought game. Andy does a terrific job. We knew we would play against his zone, and we hoping that we'd have a night where we could shoot it, but give them credit for, I think, defending the three-point line. We knew we were going to have to attack the belly of the defense there, and we got the ball there and had some opportunities. Again, we had some shots there that were even uncontested, and that zone sometimes leads to that. They want to encourage that shot in there, but I've always believed it's a high percentage area, and if you can get the right guy in there scoring, he can have a field day with it. Julian Phillips played a terrific game, but the player of a game from our standpoint would be Santiago. His defense, the tone he set for us, and Zakai Ziegler, those two guys defensively they just keep us in games and seem to, when we need a big shots, one of those guys will come with it. But we're still, again, I think this tournament's been great for us. We still haven't got our feet under us totally, but playing against a team like we did yesterday, then coming back today against a zone team that we haven't, first time we played a lot against a team all year that plays a lot of zone, but we knew it wouldn't be easy, and it wasn't.
I was going to ask you about the free throw shooting for you guys. You guys launched 26, got to the line a lot. I'm assuming you were pretty happy with that in terms of aggressiveness, and like you were saying, when you're playing against the zone, it sounds like you're on the attack if you're getting to the line 26
Yeah,
times.
again, we didn't want to settle for threes early. We went through a period where we shot 3 of them, and we just said, hey, we're not coming down. Just, we like explosive plays, and that's, in transition, you get some of those, but we wanted to play inside out. And I thought Zakai did a really good job driving the ball and around the rim. I mean, on both ends, there's going to be a confrontation at this level. When you get the ball in there deep, it's not as easy a shot as everybody thinks because of the length and the passing lanes closed down. But we have able was capitalize off their turnovers, which was a big force. And the fact that we finally, I think we out rebounded by 1, but the fact that when you don't shoot it well, and we only turned it over 11 times is a big stat for us too.
Julian, what have you liked about his game, to start the year in a day like today where it looked like he was pretty assertive and physical? I
thought last night was a really big game for him because Butler's a very physical team, and we told him, he's aggressive by nature. I mean, you look at him and think that he might not be, but he is. But we told him, we want you to go score as opposed to trying to get fouled. And I thought last night he started trying to do that in there today. You know, he's got a really good, that's one thing during the recruiting process we loved about him, his versatility. He was always very good in that mid-range area. And we believe in the mid-range area. Some people don't, we do. And, but what he's learning to do right now, I think his biggest improvement has just been his cardio toughness, because he was tired. I mean, we were looking at him thinking that we needed to get him out, but you know what? We asked him, and you know how you feel, but and we were more concerned with him maybe breaking down on the defensive end, and that's where he's improved the most. I mean, when he gets tired earlier, as throughout practice up to this point, he would break down on that end. And actually, the one out of bounds play when we were in a hot situation, he did break down. That's where, again, I understand that the game's not going to wait on you. You got to be ready to play. And but that's fatigue. And when it gets like that, those kind of plays really should be on me for not getting them out sooner.
He played 38 for you, but I mean, he looks like he is ready to be an impact player. And you're just starting the season.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, Dick, he is an impact player in the fact that he can impact the game in so many ways. I mean, so many, you know, we can play him anywhere on the court. I mean, he'll bring the ball down, he'll do anything. And the fact that he's playing with some guys that really are committed to defense, I think has helped him a lot, because they know he's young. And we do switch coverage a lot. But when you got a guy like Santi, and especially out there talking, and Uros does a good job with it, but when we're switching defenses, that's been a big thing for him, having to be on edge to understand, you know, who we're going to maybe play a different ball screen coverage with, who we're switching with. And we talked about that coming into this game. This was more of a personnel game in terms of how we knew when we did some switching, how we would play personnel. And but he's getting better. I mean, I think we'll watch him. Just it'll be interesting to see how he reacts tomorrow, because, like you said, 37 minutes, a lot of minutes today, and we'll see how he reacts.
You got 25 points off their turnovers, and you turn them over like 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
Speaks well for your perimeter defense.
I thought, you know, I thought we defended him. We're not going to have play perfect defensively, but you know what? In the end, I thought we really locked in defensively. You know, I did. I thought, yeah, we did, and. You know, that situation at the end when you get a 3-point lead, 5-point lead with under a minute, you don't know if they're going to bring it at you full speed or guard. And we knew we wanted to guard the 3-point line. That's why we went with a smaller lineup there. But again, I can't say enough about Santi and Zakai's defense. Both of those guys just set a great tone for us. Jemai Meshack, he continues to evolve to what he needs to be for us too.
Rick, you mentioned Santi's defense. What about it made it so impactful for you today?
Well, he's guarding a terrific player, a guy that's extremely hard to guard, giving away a lot of inches, a guy that they love to get him isolated. They like to play him the way people are familiar with Villanova playing. You know, their guards back down, hoping that you can bite on it. And he's a terrific passer they hammer things on the backside. But the fact that Santi just physically didn't let him get him deep, and worked hard to make him catch it further out. He just made him work. And again, that's a hard job to do, but Santi is very much underrated as a defensive player, because he really, the fact that, I mean, we wanted him on him and he wanted to be on him. Yeah, you know, obviously know Bill long time, competed against each other in the Big 12, and his teams are going to, you know, they're sound, and they're going to, you know, he's always loved having that inside guy where he can play through. I think they're like us. We're all still looking for that identity all the way across, but big win for them today. You know, it'll get down to, again, and his teams are going to guard. They always do. They take care of the ball. So I think it'll be a quick game. I think it'll be up and down. I do think they like to run, and we like to run, and but both teams have had to grind it out to get to where we are. We'll be playing tomorrow. Do what? Yeah, and again, I have great respect for him and what he's done with that program. I mean, everybody knows it's one of the great programs in the country, and I've watched Bill do his part with it, and he's a friend and a guy that I have great respect for, and I know his teams. You got to beat them. They're not going to beat themselves, so you're going to have to beat them if you expect to win.
Yeah, Rick, you talked about obviously Julian and the things he did. How happy were you with his rebounding and the things he did outside of just scoring today?
Well, I like the fact he started showing some emotion there when he got tripped that one time. He came up off the floor, and I mean, I liked it. I mean, he's competitive. He's got a fire in that belly. He does. I mean, you might not think so because he's pretty calm looking when he's out there, but he's a high level competitor, and he hasn't flinched by any. I mean, think about it. He's what, 5 games into. I mean, I don't know of any freshman. You think about it. Our scrimmage was against Michigan State. Then we had an exhibition game against Gonzaga. Then he's also had to go in this tournament, Colorado. I mean, he's had. I mean, he's got hit pretty good right from the beginning, and I think he's handled it pretty well.
Rick, do you expect Josiah to be able to play tomorrow?
It's day by day. That's what it is. It's day by day.
Is it something new with him, or is it still just being
No,
overly cautious from the summer?
It's same injury. Mhm.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, you mentioned the defense turning it up there at the end, but I think it was something like USC scored 4 points in the final 8.5 minutes of the game. Just what were y'all able to do to take them out of what they wanted? And I think Trojans turned it over about 6 times in overtime as well.
Well, again, we felt like they were going to go to their key guys that they want to play through. That we knew it was going to get down to isolations, and we knew it was going to get down to some ball screen, but we knew we were going to have to take on those one-on-one matchups, whether it was Santi trying to be back down or Boogie Ellis trying to drive the ball and against Z, and then hoping that we didn't have to get into a rotation so we could rebound the ball. But I just got to credit those guys because I thought they fought hard against 2 outstanding players that obviously in the first half, Boogie Ellis was feeling really good and got it going. But he's a terrific player. You expect it. But our guys again, we talk about winning those one-on-one matchups and we've got to do that in those situations. And there at the end, I thought our guys really did a good job forcing tough shots.
Rick, what's it say about this team the last 2 days, finding a way to win games without Josiah? How much do you think they've grown trying to get
Well, I do. I think it speaks volumes for our guys and the depth. I mean, I'm watching Jonas continue to get better and better as he goes out there. And I think he's getting more relaxed. We still got to get Olivier settled in to where we can know what we're going to get night in and night out. And Uros, tonight, I mean, again, he's only been with us. He played tonight, but he only had 1 practice since he got hurt at Colorado. But I'm really happy with where Jonas is starting to get to, and Jemai Meshack. I mean, he's terrific. I mean, what you talk about a guy that understands his role and plays it. I mean, every time he goes in the game, something positive happens. All right, Sam, you got happy Thanksgiving.